Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kilis. I'm Minister of Education and Science of Latvia. It is unsurprising that before the referenda on the language issue that will take place on 18th of February, I have a few remarks to be made by me on the issues of integration, education policy and policy and use. There are a number of things worth knowing about the referenda and what may happen afterwards. I think the first thing to make sure and clear is that referenda is a very good practice of citizens' abilities and know-how of citizens' understanding and knowledge how to influence government's decisions, how to influence decisions that pertain to the development of the state. And this is a good practice and welcome practice. Unfortunately, this referenda is on an issue that is heavily biased. Biased because it's not about the right topic. It's about the language and its constitutional status, but that the key probably issue is about the main contours of integration policy and issues of the representation of Russian-speaking minority in decision-making level, on the decision-making level. I think these are underlying issues, but the open issue, the explicit issue is a language that heats debates in the direction which is neither promising nor constructive. So my clear understanding of the situation is that we have to, from the government's point of view, from the ministry's point of view, from the political establishment's point of view, redefine the focus of integration policies and open up new fields of activity. And what are they? I think that the focus on the issues of language, issues of historical facts and versions is necessary, but certainly neither sufficient nor even the key and main issue of integration policy in Latvia. The key and main integration policy issue of Latvia is institutional and societal trust, namely the level and the forms how citizens, inhabitants, social groups interact and trust, whether they trust each other, to what extent, and most importantly, to what extent citizens trust state. Its efficiency, efficacy, its ability to listen, its ability to take into account concerns of citizens. I think that's a key issue where we have to concentrate forces. Now, how to do it? On Thursday, 16th of February, me and my colleagues in the Ministry of Education, we present first draft of the action plan that would redefine certain fields of integration policy and would cover those fields that are the right and the expected fields of activity of the ministry, namely the policy of use, the increase in the ability of citizens' practices, the increase of the ability and empowerment of citizens to participate. It's also about the widening means how in the field of education both children and young people and adults as well are introduced, are accustomed, acquainted with knowledge and experience of intercultural dialogue and understanding. It's my firm belief that one of the features of the free, conscious citizen is ability to step outside one's local identity, one's ethnic identity, and to have a look at what other worlds and other identities, how they, people from other groups and identities, perceive the world, what are their concerns. This ability to step outside, step in others' shoes, is very critical element and should be critical element of education policy. so is ability to cooperate from the very early age with peers on various issues. Cooperate with people who may not necessarily like each other or, of course, know each other, who may have absolutely different views on certain things, but this very ability to cooperate. The same goes about the elementary citizens' practices and abilities to stake a claim, to write a petition, to cooperate with other citizens in advancing certain motions, to participate in municipal and communal activities and plan building and decision making, to be able to argue and participate in a public political debate. All these skills, know-how, would certainly not only enable more integration, but empower citizens themselves to act in that direction. I think these directions also more concentrating on use, on how young people interact, be that sports or voluntary work, are the fields where we may lay more focus and more attention and more resources in the days and probably years to come after the referendum. So my firm belief and feeling is that, be it as it may, about the heavily biased issue that is put on a citizen's vote, we have to reshuffle our understanding about integration, look more on the issues of institutional societal trust, invest more in empowering and increasing ability of citizens to cooperate, understand each other. And that probably is then more stable and more sustainable foundation for this country and this state, not only in the years, but probably in the decades to come. Thank you.